how when you are with your twin, the ego can't be in there. The ego can't be in there. So when I was talking to him about what the messages that came through to him, I started feeling like within me, I didn't know how to open up the conversation. Now, when I look back, I realize that that is the ego. That was the ego worried about, oh, how is he going to take it? What do I say? How do I get into this? And so then I said something before I started talking to him. I gave like this uh, mikdama, like this introduction, and he said, just cut that out. Just say it. And it was exactly like I had said. It was exactly like I had realized before. So it was like reinforcing what I realized is that the ego cannot play a part because any of the introductions on top of, when you meet with your twin, there all the layers on top are irrelevant. You don't need to come in and say, okay, let me get you ready for whatever it is I'm going to bring now and tell you how it came. No, you just say it as it is. With your twin, it has to be as is. There can't be all that level, all those levels on top of it because it's just annoying. It's like you're at the soul level and then you're adding on all of this irrelevance, and the ego is seen right through because the meeting point between you and your twin is at the soul level. It's not down in, you don't have to cut through layers of crap to get to the connection, to be able to connect. You're connected. And so that was something that really came through clear. And that igniting is something that also, that came through as an understanding after meeting yesterday, was that when you are something, you don't have to uh, pretend to be it. Or when you are something, you don't have to work at it. So let's say, and I'm just going to give an example. Let's say if you respect somebody and you appreciate them, you don't have to go out of your way to show them respect and appreciation. Because when you truly, truly respect and appreciate somebody, it comes through in your natural way that you behave. It comes through in every aspect of the relationship because you are acting through respect and appreciation. And so it's not something that you have to work at. So when you, let's say, you want to add appreciation and respect into a relationship, it's not something that's topical. You don't have to come in and and make ways to show that person how you appreciate and respect them. Rather, work on your appreciation and respect of that person within yourself, and the appreciation and the respect will come out and naturally in the relationship. And that was something that really hit home with me yesterday when we were talking, because you know um, just through the conversation, I realized that when you love somebody, that love shows through in everything that you do with that relationship. You don't have to go out of your way to show somebody, oh, I love you, let me show you. It'll be shown in the little things, and in all of the aspects of the relationship will reflect that. If you are truly loving somebody, every action that you take towards that person will be through that filter of love. You don't have to come topically and say, "Oh, I love you and let me show you and let me bring you." All of that is superficial. All of that is making up for that it is not existing in the base. It's working through your mind rather than just allowing the emotion to lead the way, and then knowing and trusting that if you're feeling love for this person, it is going to play out in your everyday actions towards this person. And that was a big lesson. So the big lesson also for me in the twin flame journey, with relevance to that, is that I don't need to prove myself outwardly, like let me run after him and show him how what a good person I am, or run after anybody in that case, or prove anything to the outside world. Once I am in it within, it will shine out of me. So though it's coming all comes back to The whole idea of this twin flame journey is the internal work. So once you really are something, you don't have to prove it outwardly because it shines out through all of the aspects of your behavior. And so that was a big, big, big realization that came from this yesterday. You don't, the work is internal work. Work on myself, work on my self-respect. Only when I truly love myself can I truly love another. Only when I truly love myself can I feel like I'm worthy of love, and can I allow another to love me or even expect another to love me. If I'm running after somebody to love me, it means I'm looking for that love from outside. It means that I don't feel worthy of the love, so then I have to run after it and try to grab it and try to grasp it. And if I work on my own internal love and I feel worthy of that love, then anybody that doesn't love me in the way that I love me is going to fall out, and they're not going to be worthy of the relationship in any case. So it all is coming back down to, in all the directions, coming back down to internal work. We work on ourselves internally. We work on our own self-respect. Only if when I respect myself will I expect others to respect me in that way. Only when I love myself will I expect others, will I even be able to believe that others love me in that way. Um, so it keeps on coming back to the same point. So all of the chasing energy and all of that, when you bring it back, you can bring it back. You don't need to chase somebody to love me when I love me. It's more like a magnet. When I love me, I'm expecting the world to love me. And whatever you expect comes to be. It's kind of like manifesting. So I need to go and get my son off to school. I'm happy about this because I've kind of processed what came up from the conversation yesterday and from the meeting yesterday, especially that internal shaking. I kind of feel like that is a big one. That is when you get to a place where the work is being done without my mind. I can just allow myself to, not run away from it, just allow it to happen, and it's happening on its own. So a lot of this work, just like I've realized before, but now I'm getting it in the physical world. I'm seeing it. I'm feeling it on my own being. I'm feeling it within my physical body, that the work is being done. There's nothing that I need to do. This whole process, the more I let go and surrender into it, and that was also something that came up in the conversation yesterday, is more surrender. Just surrender. When you surrender, it's all about letting go. This whole spiritual awakening is about letting go. The more I surrender, the more that I see that this journey takes me. I don't have to drive it, it's driving me. It's taking me. Of course, I'm having all the realizations along the way. Of course, I'm understanding things along the way. And I feel, you know, less and less like I'm feeling more and more like this journey is an internal journey. It's about me, and he for me is a perspective. So I met with him yesterday, and the meeting wasn't satisfying in the way of, oh, satisfying, like I got to see him. It was more satisfying, like, whoa, look at all these triggers, look at everything that it woke up in me, look at all of this purging, look at all of this work that is being done, and it's satisfying in that way. There is, it's like I got a big dose of self work. And in that way, it's like, okay, I got another spin. It's like that wheel that you go along and it's spinning, and it's starting to feel more and more like the spinning is satisfying for my spiritual awakening, but also satisfying because I'm able to see now the connection. It's less of an outside connection, it's more of an inside connection with him. I can see that my self healing is also healing him, because every time something new comes up, it gets a little more light, it gets a little more light. It's like the experience is a dual experience. It's experience that we are both progressing together along this journey. Um, and see, I also see him as a teacher for me, a spiritual teacher, not only for me, but for many, many, many um, people. And so that's where I am this morning. I'm just kind of, I feel like the word that keeps coming up is purging, or like I'm purging into it. I'm allowing it. I'm surrendering. I'm surrendering into just like handing over. Okay, so I have this thing at the cellular level where everything inside feels like it's shaking. I'm just sitting in it. I'm allowing it to be. I'm not fighting against it. I'm not trying to run away from it. I'm allowing it because I understand that that is my body's memories are being woken up, and all of the traumas that my body went through, that my emotional body, my physical body went through before my ego memory, are now purging, are now coming to the surface, are now healing. Everything is renewing. So I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you.